Good morning and welcome back to the property. Today is the 23rd of June 2026, 8 o'clock in the morning. We came back at the property to continue our tasks from the big plan that I've set, I don't know, 2-3 days ago. From that plan, what I managed to do is to cut the grass on our neighbor's property on the access road, cut the grass on our property from the entire property, and I've managed to put some sawdust around the trees. We still have some sacks left, 12 of them, so that also done. I've watered the trees, so that it is also done. What is left to do from our plan is to finish putting the sawdust around the trees, mending the fence, and trimming the trees. Today we will finish up putting the sawdust around the trees and mending the fence. We will have to replace these two posts, one and this one. These two posts were broken by our neighbor with its tractor when it sprayed the wheat. I don't know who he is, but he did it. Either way, let's start fixing this fence. What I will do first is put aside these poles like these. I'll have to dig a new hole for each one, put the new poles in, and put the barbed wire on the new poles. Let's do it. The posts are pine tree posts. They were bought from our local Home Depot, let's say. They have 5 centimeters in diameter, 1.5 meters in length, and they are pointy, so they are sharpened at one end. They are pressure treated. Afterwards, I bought it like that. Afterwards, I've coated them with linseed oil. Afterwards, I've coated them with used motor oil, you know, from the car, thank you car. And then I just let them dry, or let it in general. And now I'm using them. Hopefully they will last longer than these posts that I have put here. These posts are just regular black locust as a wood because it is pretty dense and pretty resistant, but yeah, still prone to rotting. And those were in good shape. Those posts that I'm changing right now, I'm replacing. So these are the kind of posts that I'm using to replace them, hoping that they will last longer. Albeit if someone will knock them down with the tractor, they won't be that sturdy, no matter how many coats of linseed oil or used motor oil I used, or how well they are pressure treated. Yeah, they're not tractor proof. So these are the type of posts that I'm using. Stick around. In order to drive the posts into the ground, I'll first dig a hole, and in order to dig that hole, I'm using this pointed iron crowbar. I don't know how you call it. So it's just like a metal shaft that it is pointy. And I'm just driving it into the soil. I'm lucky now that it rained and the soil is pretty moist. so it went in pretty easily. And I'm driving it about, I don't know, 10 centimeters, 20 centimeters or something less than the part of the post that's coming into the soil, so that it will get stiff and it will not be loose. And this is the resulting hole, after which I'll come and I'll hammer the posts down with this hammer, and that protective piece of board, because I don't want the post to crack. One step down, going forward, stick around. After finishing the hole, I've driven the post into the ground using this persuasion tool and this protective board, which protective board, as you can see, it cracked already. It is from a harder piece of wood than the pole itself, but that was its purpose, to take the beating and for the post not to crack. You just want to make sure that it is perpendicular to the soil in order for it to stay straight. Now I'll just have to hammer in with some nails the wires, the barbed wires, but not until I'll put in place the other pole too. So same task multiplied by 2. After the post has been hammered into the soil, I'm using these 2.5 centimeters U-shaped nails in order to put the wires, the barbed wire, onto the post, and with a hammer I just hammer it here like this, all the wires. And that would be all regarding the repairing of the fence, that is replacing these posts, these broken posts. I think they look better now than the old ones. Yep, these were homemade, so we're just, I don't know, pieces of wood driven into the soil, no treated, no nothing. But these ones look way better. The tools that I used were some pliers, some regular pliers, cutting pliers, a small crowbar, a hammer, a long iron bar, pointy one, the convincing tool or the persuasion tool, aka the hammer, and the protective piece of board used to hammer down the posts. These two were very useful at removing the wires from the old post, because they had these nails here and they were pretty sturdy. Also the crowbar was used in that action. The hammer used to hammer the nails in order to put the wires on the posts. The iron bar used to hammer down around the post once it was inserted, and also to dig the hole for the post. And the hammer, sledgehammer, used to convince the pole to stick into the ground. And that would be all for now. These are the old posts. That would be all for now regarding the fence restoration or the fence fixing. We'll go now and have a look at the trees, the ones that are left without the sawdust around them, and put some sawdust around them. Have a good one.